Good afternoon, you're listening to Dano Radio with me, Peter Miller, aka Miss Handbag. How are you? How are we all doing out there in the big wide world? Okay, what we've got coming up is we've got Jonathan Dulston will be joining me. It's around about 5 o'clock today. Talking about communities in Darlington and things like that. He'll be joining me a bit later on. But first, what have we got first? We've got free parking since March in Darlington. It's just been announced an hour ago that it might change to 2 hours free parking, but the council members will be discussing this at a later date. So we might end up seeing no free parking at all, but just 2 hours. Well, I mean, 2 hours is enough to get around Darlington, isn't it? So it'd be a bit of a change, but I think it'd be quite good. Interesting how it works out. talking about stronger communities. He's the cabinet member for stronger communities, and talking also about the go-ahead given for new dog controls in Darlington, which seems to be, which a lot of people seem to have signed the register and said they disagree or they agree. So we'll have a word with him about that. Also, Darlington Hippodrome. Now, we know it's been a sad year for Darlington Hippodrome, obviously with the Panto cancelling stuff, but they're back open and they're doing season of social distancing activities in Darlington. Films what are on sale at Grease, Stand By Me, Mary Poppins, Breakfast in Tiffany, and stuff like that. If you go to www.darlingtonhippodrome.co.uk to book your tickets. The Grease one is Thursday the 10th of September at 3 p.m. Mary Poppins is Saturday the 12th of September at 3 p.m. So at least we're trying to get some money back into Darlington Hippodrome. You're listening to Dialogue Radio with me, Peter Miller, aka Miss Hambang, on this Tea Time show every week, 4 p.m. till 6 p.m. Well, some good news and some bad news. The bad news is market traders in Darlington, most of them, about 6 of them, obviously have been given their notice, and they have they're finding somewhere else to go, and it was nice to see Julie's of Darlington move into the Cornmill Centre this weekend, just gone, and the Mayor and Peter Gibson obviously opening it. Which was really nice, 35 years in the Market Hall, and then to be moved into the Cornmill. But hopefully we'll see more stalls moving into the Cornmill Centre, hopefully in the next coming weeks. So watch out for that.
This
Well, for all you football fans out there, Darlington Football Club has moved back into the arena, and they will be playing games from their Mountain Park Arena, I think it is. You can really tell that I follow football. But yes, Darlington Football Club has moved back into there, so watch out, because you never know, you might see myself or Miss Handbag on the sideline at some point when we do get back into the full swing of things. You never know, I might be there cheering them all on. You never know. as we see the COVID rising in some cases in the northeast, one thing we've got to remember is we've got to remember to wash our hands and still use that social distancing, and wear face masks where essential, into shops and stuff like that. And also, if anybody is struggling still with the whole situation, don't forget Mind does mental health. Get in touch with them, and they hopefully will point you in the right direction. Or you can always text me, Peter Miller, on my Facebook, and I'm trying to help the best way I can. If I have time, that is, but no, I'm sure I will. But we've got to remember, as some parts of the northeast are getting that little bit more worse, as we've seen on the news, we've just got to take that little bit extra care so we don't get that second peak and end up back in lockdown. So if you're out and about, remember to put them face masks on, and when you go into shops and places like that. Dancing with you. You're listening to Dallo Radio with me, Peter Miller, aka Miss Handbag, on this Tea Time show, and that was Dancing with You. Like I said, them were the days when we could dance, wasn't it? When we can go into pubs and dance, but now we have to sit down and dance in our seats, which is a shame. But I mean, we've got to stick to the rules, I suppose, haven't we? And hopefully we'll be able to get back out there and dance with you soon, as I say.
It's your Darlow Radio.
Half an hour's time here on Darlington Radio. We will have Councillor Jonathan Dunstan will be joining us from Darlington Borough Council, Cabinet Member for Stronger Communities. I will be talking to him on a few subjects concerning the community, obviously. Just a couple of things I've picked up on over the coming weeks, and we'll try and get discussion and get to the top and bottom of things, kind of thing. So he will be joining me here live in the studio at 5 o'clock. That's Councillor Jonathan Dunstan from the council member from Stronger Communities will be joining me here. Of paper here, and I'm going to read it out to you all. Arcus LGBT in Darlington is free one-to-one therapy for LGBT people and immediate allies, social support via online groups and soon to be in person, one-to-one kind of thing, LGBT awareness training, info on the website, arcuslgbt.com, and also there's a helpline Monday to Friday 6 p.m. till 10 p.m. If anybody's got like anxiety or loneliness or anything like that, they can ring this number, and it's 07454 794 059. I will say that number again just so you know the number. It is 07454 794 059, and that's for people Monday to Friday. It's a helpline 6 till 10 for support with anxiety, loneliness, anything like that. So if you give them a ring, if you are feeling down or anything like that. Like I say, you always know what my saying is by now. We may be apart, but we're not alone. Always remember that. We may be apart, but we're not alone. Yeah, you're listening to Dallo Radio with me, Peter Miller, aka Miss Hambang. It's 2 hours of fun, laughter, and whatever else. Okay, guys, I've just been given the phone number again for Arcus LGBT. I'm afraid it was the wrong number, so I'm going to give you the right number this time. I don't know, hey? What they're like, what they're doing to me. So it's 07434 794 059. I will give you that number again. That's 07434 794 059. And that's for Argus LGBT. If anybody's needs the helpline, that is the number for anybody who's suffering with anxiety, loneliness, or anything like that. And remember what I've said, guys. We may be apart, but we're not alone. There's always someone out there to help. So, as they say, Britain, get talking.
Hey, darling.
I'm every woman As you all know, Miss Handbag is every woman and everybody's woman. What is Miss Handbag getting up to? Let me tell you. On the 26th of September, I am at the East End Club doing a cancer research charity gig, and there'll be a singer, another drag queen, Miss Ruby Fortons, myself, Miss Handbag. There'll be Jeff Chandler who'll be singing. It's £3 a ticket, and all the money will go to Cancer Research UK. So I'm really looking forward to that. Also, don't forget, as things start to come into the Christmas season, you've got Testicle and the Dragettes are there at Cockerton Club on the 7th of November. And don't forget to go and buy a ticket from Cockerton Club and support them as well, which is great. Supporting local drag queens in your town. Coming up in about 10 minutes' time, like I said before, Councillor Jonathan Dalton will be with me here on Darlow Radio. Council's Cabinet Member for Stronger Communities. I couldn't get my words out there. He will be here in about 10 minutes' time. A little cafe which I've known, which I haven't been to for a very, very long time. And I thought I'd pop in today for a cup of coffee. Crown Street Cafe in Darlington, where the library and the post office was. A very nice little nice little cafe there, nice cup of coffee. So get yourselves in there if you're out and about. So don't forget, coming up in 10 minutes' time, we've got Councillor Jonathan Dulston from Dalton Borough Council, Cabinet Member for Stronger Communities. He'll be joining me here live in the studio. And I'm hoping next week to get someone just on the phone from Britain's Got Talent. A couple of years ago, Lav Oakes, I don't know if you can remember her, a very good friend of mine, and she come here to Darlington, I think it was last year or the year before, to the theatre, and it was an absolutely amazing show. And hopefully I'm going to try and get her on the phone next week, so fingers crossed with that one. Carrying on through September, giving you that chance to save them a few pennies in your pocket, ready for Christmas. They are doing, I think Alforno's doing it, and a couple of others are doing it in Darlington, to eat out, to help out, just to give you that little bit extra in your pocket for ready for the big day, And on about the big day, Darlington's big Christmas lunch it will be taking place this year on the 20th of December, organised by Carl Miller and hosted by myself, Miss Handbag. And we've got Deborah Taylor-Smith, who will be joining us and singing. And it's to bring the community together. And, you know, after the year we've had, it's nice to bring some kind of community spirit and cheer them all up. It's that time of year at Christmas, obviously. Like I said, obviously a lot of people do suffer with loneliness, anxiety and stuff like that. There is a phone number you can ring, and it's 07434 794 059. Or you can always go to Mind, and they will point you in the right direction as well. I don't know. I keep on thinking my teeth are falling out today for some reason. But like I've said before, guys, we may be apart, but we are not alone. And Britain, get talking. And about the best, we have got the one and only Councillor Jonathan Dulston from Darlington Borough Council, Cabinet Member for Stronger Communities, sat here live in the studio. Good afternoon, Jonathan. How are you?
Absolutely fantastic. What an introduction, Peter.
I know, simply the best. I just thought I would play that for you, you know.
Yeah.
What is your role and what does it mean?
So we have, I'm an elected member, so I'm a councillor. I represent the Eastbourne ward of Darlington. So there's 50 councillors that sit on council. And then within that you have the executive, which is the cabinet. So there's another 8 people that represent different areas. So I look after Stronger Communities, which encompasses the police, the fire brigade, our response to community safety, so in terms of antisocial behaviour, all of that type of stuff, fines, the stuff that keeps people safe, water safety, flood defences, etc. And I also look after the community work, so all the stuff you see with regards to the third sector, bringing charities together, LGBT, etc. So I bring all that together.
Oh, well, that's quite an important role. As I was scrolling down your page, I come across the Bread and Butter project, and I thought the only time I have bread and butter is with fish and chips. I just wondered what the Bread and Butter project was all about.
Okay, so the Bread and Butter thing is a project that was launched in Greater Manchester, and it's to focus on food inequality. So we appreciate that in these extraordinary times, especially with COVID-19, people are struggling, people are furloughed, people have been made redundant. And what the Bread and Butter thing sets out to do is to provide food that's very close to the sell-by date, that would ordinarily go to landfill, to capture that and then redistribute it. And what we do is we give it's a very simple process. You just text a number, it costs £7.50, and we anticipate you get about £35 worth of food. So it's a fantastic initiative. Across the town. We've got 4 different hubs running on different days of the week, but for any more details, go onto my Facebook page or the council website, and it's very straightforward to take part in.
Yeah, £7.50 and you get £35 worth of food, which is quite good, especially these times. Like I say, we are got into a recession. Obviously, a couple of weeks ago, it was on Facebook, obviously, about the boy who was age 15 who died. A hero, as his brother was in the river, and he, condolences go with the family, as I said on that morning. How is the councillor going to approach things like this?
Yeah, I mean, firstly, my thoughts go out with Anas's family and friends. It was an absolutely terrible situation, and I still get shivers down my spine when the fire commander informed me on the night. I think the council plays a massive part in highlighting river safety, and we've done a particularly large campaign this year along with our partners in County Durham. We work very closely with in this area, but also our police and partners in the fire brigade. We've all come together to look at how we can strengthen that campaign going forward, because actually what we realise, for example, if we look at signage specifically, that it's more effective to do electronic signage to make sure that we get all these advertisements on social media, whether that's Instagram, whether that's Facebook, whether that's Twitter, because that's where we know that people are engaged. Not physical signage down near the river. So we're doing a lot of work to increase our participation online to make sure that these messages get to the right people.
Which is good. And like we say, we do, our thoughts are with the family of that young boy. I saw you the other day stood on a bandstand in Northgate, Darlington, looking very smart, with our MP, Peter Gibson, and on about Northgate itself and how it used to, someone put on Facebook how it used to be thriving, and how you could maybe change it or pick it up or clean it up, or anything like that. What ideas have you got for Northgate? What things have you got? I mean, I know, I haven't whinged yet, but every morning when I wake up, I was sick of looking at that empty club. Opposite me, what used to be, Bojangles, didn't it?
I'd have to take your word for it, Peter.
Yes.
Before my time, I only know it as Escapades.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras. I remember it as
Yes.
Mardi Gras, actually.
Yeah. And the other building as well on the corner of Commercial Street,
Yeah.
opposite Route 66. The one right on the corner.
Placid Parrot.
Placid Parrot.
Yeah.
Yes, that's still stood empty. That's another question. Obviously, with all these places stood empty, and and then the council decide to build a brand new building out opposite the council, which cost quite a lot of money. Would you not think using these older buildings to use them for whatever they're going to be used for, instead of using money to put new buildings up?
Yeah, I mean, I think what we need to look at, so I'll answer the question in two parts. The first one is the Northgate Initiative,
Yeah.
is what we call it in council, and that's the project where we bring all of our policing partners, all of our fire brigade, all the different people that make up our community, whether it's internal services or external services, from across the town, to focus on their part of making this a success. So we're looking at housing conditions, we're looking at private sector landlords, we're looking at crime, we're looking at the back lanes, we're looking at the physical appearance of the park. And what you get by getting all of these people around the table is we all start talking. And I know it might sound basic, but what I've found joining council is that just doesn't happen. The very thought of people talking to each other just didn't happen.
No.
So actually getting them round the table to discuss a specific issue
Yeah.
and commit to specific actions has proven really, really successful.
Yeah. I think
And the second point is with regards to the unoccupied buildings. It would be very easy to just go into these buildings, but actually what we know is some of these buildings aren't fit for purpose
No.
now, as we are now, but also as we move forward.
Yeah.
So we need to be thinking as a council, what is the best value for money if we are making future investments? They've got to be environmentally friendly, they've got to be cost effective, so that's where our focus is.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, obviously we've got the church at the back of Boots, haven't we, which is sadly getting knocked down bit by bit, isn't it? But that's it. What else is there? So obviously, parking in Darlington, it's just been mentioned an hour ago about that they might be stopping the free parking and going into 2 hours free parking a day. But obviously the council members have got to go away and discuss this.
Yeah.
Is that something what is going to be on the cards in the near future? Because really, I mean, since March everybody has been parking for free, which is good, which is nice of the town to do. But now looking forward, 2 hours. You can imagine someone who's working and they have to move the car every 2 hours. What's your thoughts on that, Jonathan?
Well, that's a really, really good point that you started with, actually, because what we found during this trial, well, I say a trial, what we've done since we've been in this extraordinary times for COVID and trying to get people to come back into the town centre, is a lot of those spaces have been occupied by the people who work within the town centre, and that's actually quite a lot of people. So we need to manage that around people using it who work in the town centre, because they absolutely are a key part to the success of the town, but also making sure that the space is available for people who want to come and shop in Darlington, not just residents of Darlington, but attracting people from across the Tees Valley and wider.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Now, as times are getting a bit worrying for a lot of people, and I was speaking to the Environmental Health last night outside the Boot and Shoe, and I said to them, one of the questions I did say to them was about the obviously Middlesbrough is about to get locked down, or nearly is, with schools closing and pubs closing. How is that going to affect our community with people coming into our town from Middlesbrough, as it is in a high risk situation at the moment, coming into our community and making our town a high risk town?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very good question. It's something that I've also been asking of our public health team. One of the big things for me is looking at the data that we're hearing from our colleagues in Middlesbrough, and also making sure that we have all of the precautions in place in Darlington, and some of them are very basic. Wear a face covering if you can't achieve social distancing. Make sure you regularly wash your hands. So if we can do all of that and take the very, very small, simple steps, then I'm confident that Darlington can stand strong and maintain its position, minimise the spread of the virus, but also, the tagline to keep Darlington on the right track. I'm confident that we can do that.
Yeah, I think we have with a great team.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've never met them before. I think they were a bit shocked when they see his handbag walk out the door and they talk to them. It's quite funny. The look on their faces was like,
yeah.
But we had a good conversation, and it was nice to see them. So yeah, well, I think that's about it, Jonathan, for now. Thank you very much for coming in to Dala Radio. It's been a pleasure, and I think we've aired out a few things, what's going on in Dala and what's going on in the world. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And you never know, Santa Claus might be good to you this year.
Yeah.
We wish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much, Jonathan.
No problem. It's a pleasure.
Take care. are getting a bit worrying in some parts of the northeast, don't forget, guys, especially to wash them hands, to wear those face masks when in public places and on public transport, and also to use the social distancing what is in place. It is very important we all stick to this, as we, as some towns are in a higher risk than we are here in Darlington. So let's try and stick together and try and get through this. Well, on a lighter note, I know I always like a car air freshener in my car just to make it smell nice. Scent Shack is on Facebook. It's a new thing what is just appeared. It's called Scent Shack, and it's on Facebook, or you can call them on 07446 777 373. That's Scent Shack. And that's 07446 777 373. And it's a new, car air fresheners, soap, sponge soap, bars, mini bath bombs, and all sorts like that. Just to make you smell nice, really, when you're going out for that romantic meal for Eat Out to Help out at Alforno. If you are listening to dialradio.com, it's me, Peter Miller, aka Miss Hamburger. How are we all? I hope if you've just joined us, if you're just getting in your car to go home, I've got 20 minutes left, so which is quite sad in a way, but never mind. And don't forget, in a couple of weeks' time, I will be off. I won't be here on the 22nd, I think it is. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be in Blackpool. I haven't been to Blackpool this year, but hopefully that's where I will be. Absolutely, I don't know what it is about Blackpool. I don't know if anybody else, but I absolutely love it when the lights are on. And it's one of them places, isn't it? You can like it or don't like it. But there is some great things, great bars, great things to do. And it's really, really good. A lot of people say it's like Benidorm. What's your thoughts on that? Get in touch with dialradio.com. Is Blackpool like Benidorm?
This is
Well, if you've never visited our new Cornerstone Arts here in Darlington, it's where the old Marks and Spencers used to be. It's absolutely lovely. They've got some lovely paintings and statues and things like that, and a tree. And obviously, Louise and the team greeting you very nice. They've even got a little coffee and tea and stuff like that if you want to sit down and relax while you're here. And it's just a great way of getting all the community together, and hopefully eventually they're going to be looking at getting acts on and stuff like that, like the old art centre used to be. So that's what the plan. So if you haven't been, it's Cornerstone's Arts in Darlington, which it was the old M&S building, and it's free to get in. You don't have to pay. It's absolutely nothing, and it's a good look around and look at some good old pictures and have a coffee and a chat. If if you've got nothing to do, if you're at home on your own, or if you've got nothing, and you're thinking, oh, I could just go somewhere, get yourself to Cornerstone Arts in Darlington. Happen yet at Christmas, and people are actually got their menus out in the pubs and stuff like that already, and I know a shop in the Cornmill has already got the tree up and the decorations, which I was quite surprised about the other day when I walked past. Things are getting earlier, but if you are wanting a night out, there's a great night out at Cockatoo Club with Miss Testicle and of course the Dragettes on the 7th of November. It's a Saturday night. It's £10 a ticket, and obviously you get a full show from the girls. And it's a brilliant show. Their first, well, I don't know if it's the first, but it's the first Christmas show they'll be doing in Darlington this year. So if you are wanting to book, ring Cockerton Club up and book your tickets. They're on £10 a ticket, and you get to see Miss Testicle and the Dragettes. I'll get by with a little help from my friends. That one. Like I said a bit earlier, don't forget Arcus LGBT in Darlington, free one-to-one therapy for people and their immediate allies, social support via online groups and soon to be in person too, and also there's a helpline. A Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. If anybody's suffers with anxiety, loneliness, or anything like that, you can ring 07434 794 059. I'll say that number again. That's 07434 794 059. And don't forget, guys, we may be apart, but we're not alone. So, Britain, get talking.
This
been an absolute blast again the last 2 hours. Thank you very much to Jonathan Dulston from Darton Borough Council for joining me today, and thank you to everybody who has been listening out there to Peter Miller's Tea Time Show every week on your favourite radio station, darlowradio.com/radio, online, on Facebook and on YouTube. Hope you can join me next week. Like I say, I'm hoping to get La Vaux online on the telephone. She was in Britain's Got Talent a few years ago. It's the one with the red wig on, if you didn't know which one it was. And hopefully gets her to be on the phone and tell her dates about when she's going back into the theatres and stuff. So she hopefully should be joining me next Tuesday. If not, it'll just be me for the 2 hours. Or you never know. I might get someone before then. But like I say, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you all have a good evening. And I will see you all next week for another Tea Time show with myself, Peter Miller. I will leave you with these songs.
This is